It's the SKOR North Twins Show.
All right, SKOR North Twins Show. All good things must come to an end. Twins winning streak is snapped today in a loss to the Milwaukee Brewers to wrap up that series. 13 games. It was a great winning streak for the Twins. Kind of, once again, propelled and potentially saved their season. But for the first time in a couple weeks, the Twins are losers, which is a weird feeling to have right now, right? Hit the like button and subscribe button, though, on the SKOR North Twins Show YouTube channel during this winning streak. You guys have shown a ton of love to this channel, so I appreciate that. So if you haven't, hit the like button and subscribe button here on the Twins Show YouTube channel. We have plenty of extra innings episodes coming up from Target Field. And a big homestand that we'll touch on here in just a little bit. So if you want some bonus Twins content, you'll be getting that from Target Field this week. So Twins do fall to the Milwaukee Brewers today. They lose 5-2. Again, that 13-game winning streak is snapped by the Twins, but a good run for them. Zebby Matthews made his debut this afternoon, his 2025 debut. Just kind of a shaky outing for Zebby. He just goes 3 innings. They basically didn't want him to see the second time or the third time through the order. He went 3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks. Rare for Zebby to rack up that many walks. But he did strike out the side in the first inning on like 11 pitches. It was a great start for him. But then kind of put up a crooked number there. Again, the walks will haunt. Cue those T-shirts and those memories from the Dome. And Zebby ends up only going 3 innings. And then Cole Sands, Brock Stewart, Justin Topa. Rough outing for Jorge Alcala there in the 8th inning once again. Leadoff walk, wild pitch. That puts another run there on the board for Milwaukee. But Zebby makes his debut. I envision he'll be sticking around here and making a second start with the Twins. They obviously sent down Simeon Woods Richardson to St. Paul. David Festa was dealing with some arm fatigue earlier this month. I believe he did make his most recent start with the Saints over the weekend. So at least he got at least Festa's also there. But yeah, I mean, I would think Zebby still sticks around here. That elite control, the velocity's up. The walks is obviously a concern and something that really isn't part of his pedigree. However, he stays so much in the strike zone, he does have to induce some type of chase. So he won't want to walk 3 or 4 guys in a start, but I do wonder if he can tinker with stuff and induce chase a little bit more and not completely stay in the strike zone. I think that's kind of his recipe for maybe even taking the next step. He's dominated minor league pitching, but how does he stick around and make starts in the major leagues for a long time? It's probably inducing a little bit more chase, but the velocity's there, the swings and misses are there. There's just maybe one little fine piece there for him to figure out. But he makes the start today. Twins do have to tax that bullpen. Twins also had a Carson McCusker, the big power hitting bat from the St. Paul Saints. He made his big league debut in the 8th inning today as a pinch hitter. Big time power hitter from St. Paul, man. 6'8". He looks like a Clydesdale. He's a huge dude. And the Twins, who are just obviously, filled up with injuries here. McCusker comes up, makes a sporadic appearance there in the 8th inning. Royce Lewis almost tied this game up, man. I mean, that was one of the best catches you're ever going to see from Jackson Chourio, who's having a really tough year at the plate, but is still a very plus defender. Royce had that ball parked, man, and Jackson Chourio robbed him from over the wall. So, and Royce, I thought really had a very nice series this weekend in Milwaukee, and you're starting to see some of the timing get back a little bit. Earlier in that at bat, I mean, he missed a cookie, just a hanging breaking ball in the middle of the plate that he even recognized. I know Corey Provis touched on it too, that's a ball that he knows he can hit and hit out. And he still ends up almost hitting another one out in that same at bat. But I thought over the last 7 days, few 4 or 5 games, really, he's been really starting to get some of that timing down. He's hitting 308. He has 8 hits in the last 7 days. So it's not 7 games, I should say. So he's starting to put things together a little bit. It's been a slow start for him as he gets his timing back with the Twins. But I thought he had a really good. He also looked really sharp in the field at third base. Made some fantastic plays with his glove. So that was obviously very encouraging too. But at the plate, I think he'll eventually, start to figure some of that stuff out. Because right now the Twins, I mean, they are. It's kind of shocking, I guess, that they're able to win 13 games. And they had to go into this weekend with no Correa, who's on the 7-day injured list. There's Vinny. just hanging out there. By the way, I know people talked about the pillows. We got some blackout on the wall there, so that helps. But there's Vinny. But with those injuries, Buxton and Correa, they're on the 7-day concussion list. Danny Coulomb hit the injured list today with like a flexor strain. I guess it's an injury he's been dealing with all season, despite putting up zeros all year, which I think is actually even crazier. But Danny Coulomb's kind of going to get like a little reset here. I mean, I don't love when I hear flexor strain for a pitcher. I know Martin's report during Twins TV broadcast today basically said like, oh, just give him a little breather. He's older. He's 35 years old. I get that. But, I mean, if that's the case, great. But when I hear flexor strain for a 35-year-old, I mean, I don't, my non-medical doctor degree, I don't really love the sounds of that. But we'll see how long he is out. But Jorge Alcala then obviously had to get the 8th inning and kind of struggled a little bit there. But injuries are piled up, man. And that's why Cody Clemens, who, by the way, is killing it. Okay, I know my guys Mackie and Judd kind of said, don't count on Cody Clemens. I'm counting on Cody Clemens. But with no Buxton, no Carlos Correa, now you've lost also one of your best bullpen arms in Danny Coulomb. That's a problem. That is an issue for you going forward. Now I know you won 13 straight for today's loss to Milwaukee, but still, hopefully we'll see if those guys concussions are really tricky. Buxton has a history of them. I don't believe Carlos Correa has a previous history of a concussion. I did just like a Google search over the weekend trying to figure out, did he ever have one before? I don't think he did. So first time concussion. I mean, both those guys, Buxton ran full speed into Correa's back. Some serious whiplash there. It then caused the Twins to have, these roster problems. And look, managing concussions and finding out availability makes things difficult. It's not just like a sore knee situation here. But, I mean, they were playing men short, and Harrison Bader has a sore groin, and Ty France had a sore foot. Like, I don't love when this team finds ways to continue to put themselves behind the 8 ball with active roster decisions, and I know you're trying to wait and see with stuff, but then they end up going on the injured list, and then you just played games down a man. Now you won those games, so, like, okay, bravo to you, but the continuation of not putting guys on the injured list when they clearly are headed towards the injured list is something that absolutely infuriates me. But, they were able to still get some guys up here, and they won 2 out of 3 against Milwaukee, and now huge homestand coming up this week at Target Field. 3 games against the Guards, who have kicked your butt in the worst possible ways at times, basically dating back to last season. It happened for 3 of the games in Cleveland already this year. 3 games against Kansas City. I think over the course of this winning streak, the Twins only gained 3 games in the AL Central, which is nuts, man. You win 13 games and you only gain 3 games of ground is pretty crazy. But the best way to distance yourselves from your divisional opponents is beating them themselves and not having to worry about scoreboard watching. So a big 3-game homestand against Cleveland. Twins will be off on Thursday. Then they finish the weekend against Kansas City, also at Target Field. And the Twins have been great at Target Field this year. Only 4 or 5 losses on the year. When they have played there, they've obviously made the most of it. But they're already kind of behind the 8 ball in their division with some of the tie-breaking stuff that has already taken place. They lost 3 out of 4 to Cleveland already, so that puts you in a tough spot. They would like to have the tiebreaker over Kansas City. They beat up on the White Sox, right? They've taken 4 out of 6 games from the Chicago White Sox this year, but they need to obviously be in a better spot, for distancing themselves from their divisional teams so they can have tiebreakers, gain games, and not have to worry about being in a tough spot. I know there isn't like a whole lot of this. We touched on it one time on a Twins show, but the Twins are 26-21, but they also have, a run differential of plus 35. Kansas City is -1. Cleveland's -20. So, I mean, Cleveland, now this is like classic Cleveland. They find ways to win no matter what, but they are 4 games above 500. I believe they just wrapped things up on the road as I'm recording this. But with their expected wins and loss record, it actually should be flipped. They should be 21-25 by Pythagorean's, win-loss run differential theorem. So they should be under 500. They're not, because they've won some close games. Actually, you can probably even name the 3 wins against the Twins as part of that formula. But Twins have to take care of business against their central foes. Detroit's still awesome, man. They are kicking ass. They've had a great start to the year. They're 31-16. They're probably the best team right up there with the Yankees in the American League. They have the best record by, honestly, a wide margin. 31-16. The next closest is the Yankees at 25-19. So they are far and away the best team in the AL right now, and hopefully the Twins can fare up with them pretty well. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. But Twins winning streak does snap, which is a bummer. But in the words of Brett Favre, all good things must come to an end. And now they get to come home for a new streak. Exactly, they get to start a new streak here, hopefully at Target Field against Cleveland and Kansas City. We'll also have obviously like a SKOR North State of the Twins episode tomorrow. Despite the loss, should be a really fun episode with Mackie Judd and myself. Vibe check, favorite things, least favorite things. We'll see what happens there. Taking a look at the pitching matchups here for the Cleveland series. So Ober, Paddock, Joe Ryan, respectively, on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for the Twins. So Bailey Ober gets the ball tomorrow. Chris Paddock gets the ball on Tuesday. Joe Ryan will get the series finale on Wednesday. And then Pablo Lopez, Zebby Matthews, and Ober again to wrap things up in Kansas City. So, yeah, I mean, Twins will have a really interesting spot here. Hopefully they can take care of business at home. We'll have a Trevor Plouffe Tuesday as well on a Plouffe Tuesday, which we're excited for. We were texting this morning, Mackie Judd, Trevor, and I, just about the McCusker call-up, which is a very interesting bat. Really, I don't know if he'll play every day. I would like to see him play every day, but that power is legit. 6'8", 250. I mean, that is a huge dude. You don't see guys like that. I mean, I think immediately everyone was like, "Oh, it's Aaron Judge." Like, I don't know, let's maybe slow the roll a little bit. But yes, I mean, profiles at least the size-wise, which is good. So, a lot of extra innings content coming at you from Target Field this week. Anything you guys want to hear about from the clubhouse, players' side, coaches' side, strategy-wise, all ears. Drop me a comment in the YouTube side. You can email me on the SKOR North app. You can DM me on Twitter at Dex's Tweets. I love all the feedback and all the stuff I get. So if there's stuff that you want specifically to know more or to learn more about, I'll be your mule. I'll gladly go in there and try to get some answers for you and figure out what you need to know. But SKOR North Twins Show. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Tell your mom. Tell your friend. Tell everyone you know about the SKOR North Twins Show. State of the Twins episode tomorrow here on the YouTube channel. Excited for that. Appreciate you guys. Be talking at you soon.